Okay, we're live.
Hello, hello.
Hi,
Wel-
guys.
Welcome to everyone watching us live. And also, hello to those who'll be watching this later, watching the replay. I'm Anna, and this
I'm
is
Julia.
Julia here. And together we run a membership for amateur artists and urban sketchers called Brave Brushes Studio. We, while this is our favorite project, we do a lot more than that. We have a blog and a YouTube channel and our weekly newsletter that you're all subscribed to now. And our goal is to empower artists, amateur artists, such as yourselves, to trust yourself, believe in yourself, and to become independent, confident, and happy artists. So, who are we to be teaching you today? Well, you definitely don't want me teaching you. I'm a beginner sketcher,
Absolutely, they do.
and
They do. I'm sure.
and Julia will be doing most of the teaching. So, in case you don't know Julia, she's an artist, art teacher, urban sketcher based in the Netherlands, top teacher on Skillshare. We were surprised today when we checked out the number of the students that have taken her classes on Skillshare, over 50,000 students.
Very impressive, even
Ju-
for me.
yes. I think Julia was herself the most impressed by
I
that
think so, yes.
number. And Julie also does offline workshop in her art studio, and just Julie generally just does a lot of teaching. And while she takes care of art and teaching, I take care of everything else in our project. So you've got on this slide that you can see now, you see my roles in our project in Brave Brushes Studio. So, yeah, so that's us. Now, today, we will show you what it takes to get from this reference photo of a beautiful window to a colorful sketch. And we'll take you through the entire process, step by step, over the next 3 days. We are experimenting with a new format. This is
Mhm.
the first time we're doing it. Breaking up a longer uh, tutorial, a longer workshop into several shorter parts. And we're hoping that gives you a chance to
To keep
um,
up with me,
keep up with Julia.
especially.
Yes, fast sketching, and just to catch a breath in between the three parts, and basically just have more fun and have more opportunities to ask questions, to think and analyze what you're doing. Well, what else? So basically today we'll take this so yeah, so like I said, three parts. We'll have three parts of this workshop, roughly 30 minutes long, maybe 40. And today's part, we will analyze the reference photo and do the pencil sketch. So you don't need any paints
Watercolor.
today. We won't be painting today. So we'll take actually the photo and see what skills make up, or what skills go into the creation of a sketch. And you will see that these skills make up a system that, so kind of like an algorithm. You see, there's you think there's magic in what Julia does, but in reality, there is some magic, but mostly it's a
Just a little
system,
bit.
a system of steps and a system of skills that anybody can learn, really. And
Definitely.
one last thing before I hand it over to Julia is this. So, regardless of your experience, and regardless of whether you're really passionate about art as a hobby, or maybe this is just a one-off thing for you, you stop by to just check it out, you will be able to create a beautiful sketch. That's how good Julia's system is. And so you can, have fun, sketch along, ask questions. Really, no hidden catch here, like totally free. No, yeah, we're absolutely generous with this.
Enjoy.
But if you are a little bit more serious about this hobby, and if you're interested in taking this to the next level, and if you're actually committed to putting in some effort to improve, then we will be telling you about Brave Brushes Studio and how you can become a member of our powerful community. Beautiful community. Okay. And we'll also, at some point tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, show you the transformation that is possible within just a few weeks of being inside Brave Brush Studio. Okay. Well, that's all from me for now. And it's over to you, Julia.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about what we're going to do today and in the next few days. And can I see the slide?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can. Oh no, it's not. Let me
Just
see.
hang
Okay.
on.
Okay, so yes, we made this list of skills you need to have to actually do this sketch, and the skills that we will develop a little bit today are drawing proportions with proportions and simple shapes, because it's really the basics. These are really the basics of sketching, because if you don't know how to draw proportions, your sketch will probably be out of proportions. Maybe parts of your sketch of your objects will be beyond the page, and this is not what we want. Or maybe some objects will be too small, to, I don't know, not good proportions. And another thing that we actually need to draw to know, maybe it's more for tomorrow, more important, because we're going to draw with the fine liner. It's drawing lines along short, straight, and curvy. And today it's not very important, but if you practice it today a little bit, then tomorrow it will become even easier than you usually do. So, and in the next 2 days, we are going to paint. We're going to talk about shadows, and it will be all great. So I think we can start with painting, or not with painting yet, with sketching with a pencil. So today only pencil. We only need a pencil and an eraser, and I want to start with proportions. Proportions of the window. I have here the reference we will use for this window. And as you can see, I have already drawn it, of course, and my page, my paper was a little bit longer than the photograph, so it's more like like a square, and this is a more vertical page. So what, and it's very usual that it's not the same. For example, I have a little bit different format now, but it's actually also necessary to change it a little bit. So I can't say I just draw it exactly the same. I need to have something. I need to make some decisions. How can I get this picture on my page? I can just start and draw, and I see what it will be. But what we actually need to do to create a beautiful sketch is to decide how we will get this picture on this page. And I don't know what happens here, and I also don't know what happens here. I can make up something, or I can say I don't need these parts, so the sketch will be a little bit longer. Or I can just make it a little bit longer, some parts of the sketch a little bit long, of the objects a little bit longer. For example, this part and the window. So these all are decisions we can make. And I also can say I just draw it like this till here, and then these parts will be white. But imagine I want to hang it. I can't probably find the suitable frame because there are no frames for this format. So we will try to fit it on this page. And how can we do this? So I will make the window a little bit longer and this part too. And I also want to have a little bit more space here. And I don't know if you know the rule of thirds, but it's a very good tool for the composition. And we can we just separate, or we divide the page into 3 sections like this. I think these are kind of 3 parts of the same size, and then this third will be for this part, and this 2/3 will be for the rest of the window. So this way we will create a beautiful balanced composition. Okay, and then I also want to have my window in the middle. So like this, I need to draw the middle of the page. So I know that the window will be in the middle here. It's the more beautiful composition. Okay, so here I see that this part will be like this. I want to have a little bit space for this beautiful beautiful bricks, and this is also we will talk about in this at the common days. All the things that we also talk about and learn about at Brave Brush Studio. And I draw this part of the shutter and this part, so I have some space on both sides for the bricks. And I need some space here and here. And draw the shutters like this. So I start with the largest shapes, so everything fit on the page. So if I start with the smaller shapes, like maybe you tend to think, oh, I can start with this part or with this part because it's the most interesting part of the sketch or with one of the shutters, then you probably come your sketch will be more out of proportions and maybe won't fit on the page. So we start with the largest shapes and try to fit it on the page. Okay. We also can check the proportions of the of this part and this part, but I don't think that's very important for now. It's more important that we have all these three parts on the page. And now we need to draw the window itself, and you can see that there is some depth, a little bit of a one-point perspective. Not that much, but something. And here we also have some depth. So on this side and also on this side. And we need to draw this beautiful railing. And also, we don't actually have that much details here. So, but we need to draw them and we need to know where they will come and what the proportions will be. And as you can see, to draw the straight lines, I use my pinky. So the lines will be not that shaky if you do it. And then I do actually the same on this side, but it's difficult for me because I have to draw, or I have to rotate my drawing to do it. So this is easier. And then I want to draw these parts of the shutter, like this, on the same level. And as you can see, these parts are on the same level as the top of the railing. And then we need to draw these parts of the window of the door. It's a little bit lower than this part of the shutter. And this is also how you actually draw the proportions. So you compare different parts to each other and see if something is bigger or on the same level or the same size or all these things. You can compare to each other and then you know, okay, that's the right size. And here we draw the parts of the door. and the railing. Okay, and we don't want to draw it, draw too much, not too detailed. So we only try to draw the guidelines, kind of guidelines for ourselves, so we can use them later to refine it. And if we have too many guidelines, we spend too much time on drawing it. And if we have not enough guidelines, then it will be much more difficult to draw with a fine liner. So there should be balance, as always. And then here we have this part of the shutter. It's smaller than the shutter itself, and we need to make to draw these or both lines on the same level on both sides. Okay, and we do the same here. And these lines also should be on the same level. So maybe it's a little bit smaller, but it doesn't matter like that too much. So I draw it just on the same level. And here also I look at both sides and then draw it. And then I don't want to draw every line, but I want to know that this will be lines with my fine liner. So also here. And here we need this skill. Also here, of course, I showed it already, that to draw this straight lines, you can use your pinky and just draw it like this. But when you draw lines like this, you can't use the pinky for that. You need to have a very steady head. Head also your head should be steady, but especially your hand. So, and for that you need to practice actually. And at Brave Brushes Studio, we also have quite a lot of exercises for practicing with lines, and it's one of my favorite parts uh, of uh, of classes, because it's so fun to do this. It's very relaxing. Everyone said it was very relaxing when they did it. And like in the evening, you sit in your chair and you just draw a lot of lines, and it's so fun and so relaxing. Okay, and now we have these cables here, and a bunch of cables, and they are very. I don't like the composition of them, so I don't want to have them here. I want to have, like I did here, I have a little bit space on the above them, so it makes the picture a little bit less busy or something. I don't know how to express it, but it's about the composition and about making it lighter and more interesting. So when we have something here too high on the page, then it's not very beautiful to have it. So I need a little bit of space here, and then I draw this line like this. And also you need to relax your wrist and draw these lines, not too straight this time. But also not too shaky. And this kind of tie-ups, I don't know. what they are. Okay, so it will be like this. And here we'll also have some a little bit of electricity cables, and we draw them like this. Very relaxed and very easy. And we also have a lamp here. Not very interesting, but it's a detail that we can skip, or we can say, oh, it's actually kind of interesting detail, and let's try to draw it and see if it works. Yeah, I think it's actually quite good. We don't need to draw it out, but just make an impression of something is there. And more cables here. Okay, and we also want to have some bricks in the picture, because bricks make the wall actually very interesting. You also can paint the whole wall just orange, or I don't know, whatever you want. But it's a brick wall, and it makes the picture so much more interesting, much more I don't know, exciting to see. And I don't want to draw all the bricks, because there are quite a lot of them, and it's not necessary to draw everything out. I just draw a few here, for example. A bunch of bricks, a few here, and maybe here and here. We just make a suggestion of some bricks. So when you draw all the bricks, it's quite busy, and sometimes it also creates such a I don't know, too busy look, and the picture is so overloaded with details, and it's not so interesting to look at it anymore. But when we create suggestions of textures, then it actually looks most interesting. So a combination of sometimes suggestions, and another time it will be a real part of a bunch of bricks, and so we vary all this stuff and make it look very beautiful. Okay, so and as you can see, this part is quite busy. We need to draw the curtains, by the way. I want to draw them before we start working with a fine liner. You sometimes can add some details with a fine liner without making a pencil sketch, but I think it will be a good idea. It would be a good idea uh, to start with a pencil here, so we know how it will turn out. And I actually think that we have enough of pencil sketch. Maybe here I want to just mark these parts, the middle of this ornament, and I don't want to draw it out because it's a quite complicated ornament, and as you can see, I didn't make it like the same. I didn't draw it like the same, but I just make a suggestion of it. It's much more. It's a sketch. We don't need to draw everything exactly as in reality, and so I think we actually have enough here. So this will be the middle part, and somewhere here will be this ornament parts. I don't know, a lot of lines here. So, and tomorrow we will work it out with a fine liner. So, guys, how are you? Was it easy to keep up with me? The image is not sharp anymore.
Restart, refresh your page, or just watch, yes, the replay at the, after.
Yeah, probably it will be of very good quality then.
Okay, we will, I will ask Julia to take a photo of the pencil sketch and we'll email it to all of you together with the details of tomorrow's part. So you can, take your time and work on your pencil sketch. I think, Julie, it was a good idea to break this up into
Yes,
shorter parts, because I feel I'm tired already. It's so many different things that went into your sketch here. So many lines, so many details, textures. And yes, so Teresa
Oh,
saying
thank you
very
very much for
easy
your comments, guys.
to follow this time. Yes, so tomorrow, Julia, we will need fine liners. What else
Yes.
do we need? Can you go
We
through
need
the...
fine liners and we need watercolors. We will start. We will refine everything. And if you think if you want to refine it on your own, just do it. But we will do it tomorrow together. And we also we will start painting. So no details yet, just large shapes.
Okay, well, there's a comment there. I just found out I can't draw a straight line.
You
It's true.
can, I know.
Yes, but that reminds me to once again tell you about the lessons we have inside Brave Brushes Studio, because we've actually created lessons for each of the skills you need for a sketch. So there is a lesson for drawing lines, like Julia was saying, or for example for creating brick textures, both with pencil or fine liner and with watercolors, and a bunch of other textures, right? And so proportions, shapes, shadows, painting with watercolors, you basically have it all there. And while we're running this workshop for the next few days, we have decided to offer a free trial of Brave Brushes Studio to anyone who takes part in the workshop. So 5-day trial, and basically you can just go to bravebrushes.com, sign up, and see what's inside. But I'm not going to talk about Brave Brushes today. We're actually doing very good on time, right? 35 minutes, start to finish. So unless you have questions, we're going to wrap it up, I guess, Julia?
Yeah, of course. I think so, yes.
There is just to remind everyone watching on YouTube, we also have started a Facebook group. Well, we started it for this workshop, but we're going to keep it up as a free group, as our own community, where you can ask questions, share your sketches. So
And
you have
inspire each other.
Yeah, and you have the link in the emails that we sent you, so we'll be delighted to see you all there.
Definitely. And we hope to see you all tomorrow.
Yes. Okay. Well, happy sketching, and
Happy
we'll
sketching
see you
day.
later.
Yeah. Bye bye. Happy sketching.